Here are some advanced phrases for presentation. 1. Welcoming your audience. You can use "It's lovely to see so many familiar faces today," or "I'm very grateful to you all for taking the time to be here today." And then introducing yourself, you can use "For those of you who don't know me, I am," or let me start by telling you about my own background. And then stating the goal of your presentation, you can use 1. What I intend or plan or hope to do is, or the reason I'm here today is to talk about, or I'm here to say a few words about. And then explaining why the topic is relevant. You can use "This talk should be of particular interest to those of you who blah blah blah," or "By the end of this afternoon's talk, you will know how to," or "you will be familiar with," or "What I hope you will get from my presentation or talk is a clever view or better idea of." And this is some phrases to introducing the first topic. First is "I would like to begin by drawing your attention to," or "Let's begin by looking at." And here are some phrases to finishing a topic. You can use "So that's the background on blah blah blah," or "That's all I want to say about this topic for the time being." The time being means at the moment, and you will refer to the topic later on. Continuing to another topic, you can use "The next point I would like to talk about is," or "This leads me directly to my next point, which is." And then there is some phrases to use to highlighting information on your presentation. One is "As far as I'm concerned, the main issue here is blah blah blah," or "The significance of this is blah blah blah." And the last one is "I cannot emphasize this strongly enough." And then there is also paraphrasing. You can use "in other words," "put simply," or "to put it another way." There is phrases to refer to common knowledge. You can use "as you're all aware," or "as I'm sure you all know." And there is some phrases to referring to points you mentioned earlier, which is "if you remember, I touched upon this point earlier," or "as I mentioned or pointed out earlier." Then there is some phrases to digressing. Digressing is talking about something besides the main topic or the main point. You can use phrases like "While we are on the subject of blah blah blah, I would like to briefly mention about blah blah blah." And then you can also use "if I can just digress for a moment." And phrases to getting back to the topic after digressing is you can use "coming back to the main point," or "getting back to my main point." And the last one is finishing your presentation. There are several ways to finishing your presentation. One is summarizing. You can use phrases like "Finally, let me remind you of the points we covered, or we looked at, or we considered today," or you can use "Let me briefly summarize the main points." There is also concluding. You can use the phrases like "I would like to finish with something." You can mention a well-known person, and then you can say "once said," and then quote the popular saying by this well-known person. Or you can just say "let me just finish with a question," and then you can ask a thought-provoking question. And the last one is you can thanking the audience and inviting them to ask questions. First, for more formal way, you can say "Thank you very much for being such an attentive audience. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them now." Or in more informal way, you can just say "Any questions?" And that is all advanced phrases for presentation, and thank you.